What is coercion? Why is it essential to understand what that is, coercion, to understand freedom? Well, I'm going to discuss that in this short video. Hey everyone, welcome to the Freedom Lovers Show. I'm your host, David James Rodriguez, and we're building a voluntary world, one relationship at a time. And I want to share the definition of coercion because I use it a lot, talking about the government being organized crime based on coercion, intimidation, and threats. So I want to dig a little bit deeper because some people are uncertain about it. You know, they've learned about voluntarism for 6 months or a year, even less. You know, so we have to get clear on our language because when we're talking about freedom and self-ownership, we know what that is, right? This is my body, that's your body, period. But coercion is actually what government is based on, and it's very essential that we all understand that because we have to transcend what's happening with the lockdowns, with the intimidation of travel, TSAs now signing or fining people for taking their mask off. So you can see that the government is not going to stop. And it's really important to understand government is just a belief in authority. So statism is that belief that there's a higher authority over your life and your freedom than you. And that's why it's diabolical and why it's phasing out. Just like Blockbuster Video has phased out. Netflix is better. And so personal sovereignty and responsibility, aka voluntarism, voluntary relationships, that's better than coercion. So what is coercion? This is Black's Law Dictionary, 2nd edition online. Coercion is force, compulsion, duress. It may be either actual, direct, or positive, where physical force is put upon a man to compel him to do an act against his will. So the first few words was compulsion, force, and duress. Force is a very easy word to understand for us who went to public school. It's force, physical force, and that's what they're talking about. Physical force is put upon a man to compel him to do an act against his will. Or it may be implied, which is legal or constructive, where the relation of the parties is such that one is under subjection to the other and is thereby constrained to do what his free will would refuse. As an example, if there's a bully out there, he says, give me your money or I'm going to beat you up or shoot you, that's physical force, right? He's actually physically extracting that money for you and you might lose your health or life. How about the county health? Or not the county health, the county in general. For property taxes, this is a great example of the implied or legal coercion. Because let's say you pay your house off. Let's say you have a $300,000 house. You pay it off, right? The American dream. But what do you still have to do? You still have to pay property taxes to this organization called the county, which is just made up of regular people. And if you don't pay that property taxes, what's going to happen? They're going to come and steal your house. So they use the legal game and the legal fictions to steal your property. They'll probably call it civil asset forfeiture or give it some euphemism when it's actually robbery. Or coercion, as you saw here. So that's what I want to share. That's coercion, my friends. So as we're talking about coercion, understand it has to do with physical force and or implied legal action, where you're under subjection of the other party and you have to do something against your own will. Because as kings and queens out there, which you are and I am, we can do whatever we want as long as we don't harm another person or property. This is the new paradigm. It went from monarchy to constitutional republic to now personal self-ownership, sovereignty, individual liberty. This is where it's all going, and it's a beautiful thing. So thanks for joining us on the Freedom Lovers Show. We're building a voluntary world, one relationship at a time.